Ebusia yenim se eye abato yi akona wie ya chese a camera kaka na chese ye de ye president abesi so na chese waso na Ghana afa ne ntoma pa efra ne promise a oye Ghana fo na chese wabehhehye na kama ede ama eye Ghana fo na ebusia fo mense omre ene wada agenti eye po adom oche ede nsembi abegu apawa so abusia ensem no eya ensem ketwa ni na efui eya parliament ena eba yenim se eye election year bia se president bia ebetena so eya ade se ode ni speaker of parliament eba na eno na akoye ensem bebu achese po adom ochre ede latest update about motia ebi akamensa menso medibi ebedo stay tuned na chese yenkotie eye nkomotwetwe ekoso efa eye speaker of parliament omubi emba
who gets what or who is getting what. I like the way they put it. Okay, the speakership of parliament is very, very, very important, isn't it? It's very, very, very important. And you're going to have a speakership of parliament that is looking very interesting. I like to begin with the ladies first, they say. Dr. Valerie Sawyer is a lawyer, well known, and also the daughter of Harry Sawyer, one of the important thinking founders of the NDC. Now, Valerie Sawyer was Deputy Chief of Staff under Professor J.E.A. Mills's administration from 2009 to 2013, and also repeated her position as Deputy Chief of Staff under President John Dramani Mahama's administration. You remember, under President Mahama's first administration, the Chief of Staff, the Honorable Prosper Bani, was changed at some point, was sent to the Ministry of Interior to be the minister, and Julius Debra was brought in as a Chief of Staff in the second half of President Mahama's first administration. Valerie Sawyer, in both circumstances, remained a Deputy Chief of Staff, isn't it? So she has Deputy Chief of Staff 2 terms. Now, the rumor is that Valerie Sawyer has completely dedicated the rest of her politics since 2012 to the philosophy of President John Dramani Mahama. So she is an important Mahama apologist in the circumstance, you know. She swears by Mahama's theory, she swears by Mahama's political philosophy. She has also been an important person running Mahama's office for the last 8 years. And this she's done diligently, and everybody who has tasted her work tells us that she's done it with the verve that you would expect from people who are complete loyalists to the leader. Now, it's because of all of these things that she's done. Her interest in the speakership has become of very high value to her supporters, to the inner circle of President Mahama, and to all the people around that, oh yes, Valerie, yes. I mean, with what Valerie has done over the last 8 years, I mean, you can't say no to Valerie if she wants to be speaker. Qualification-wise, she is completely qualified. Understanding government, she was Deputy Chief of Staff, she understands it. In terms of brain power, she's a lawyer of many, many years. So, yes, Valerie Sawyer, good one. But that's not the end of the story. Alban Sumanu Kingsford Bagbin is here. Now, one of the important actors for the NDC in the last 4 years has been Mr. Bagbin. In his role as a Speaker of Parliament, in presenting his watchdog role, he has stood firm with the philosophy of the NDC. At each and every stage, he has demonstrated his stand within the context of NDC parliamentary politics. He's been an NDC member of Parliament for a long time, and this his particular speakership, which came with a lot of controversy, you can call it whatever, has brought him in as one of the important cadres bearing the flag of the NDC. Now, obviously, Alban Sumano Kingsford Bagbin would like to continue as speaker. In the circumstance, can you look at Mr. Bagbin and say no to him? I don't know. The other twist in the tale for the Bagbin and Valerie Sawyer contest is that the chairman of the NDC, my own uncle, Johnson Asidun Katia, sworn thunder and brimstone that nothing should change and that Bagbin should be retained as the speaker of this NDC-dominated parliament with 2/3 majority, because if today the NDC has 2/3 majority in parliament, no one can discount the role of Speaker Bagbin. This is Johnson Asiedu Katia's firm position. Completely opposite Valerie Sawyer. So as the quarrel was ongoing in the background between Valerie Sawyer supporters, Bagui supporters, and everybody trying to pound the president-elect, enter two other contestants. Okay. The people who support Valerie Sawyer, they also have at the back of their mind a first deputy speakership for Idrisu Haruna, the member of parliament for Tamale South, very distinguished member of parliament. And they're also the very distinguished minority leader, as he was known before. Now they are thinking that a ticket of Valerie Sawyer as the speaker, Idrisu Haruna as first deputy speaker, will be able to knock off the challenge from Speaker Bagui. Very interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. So whilst that was going on, supporters of Idrisu Haruna felt that, but why first deputy speaker? Why? Why? I've been a member of parliament for 4 terms. I've been minister. Why should I be first deputy speaker? So enter Idrisu Haruna's interest in the position of the speakership. Now see this. This morning, yesterday, Alexander Fenyomakin, the minority leader, addressing the parliament in their makeshift place at the International Conference Center, said to the speaker, Alban Bagmin, that he is hoping that he will be retained, but he may not be retained. And that Fenyomakin was expressing his, whatever, if you like, his sadness about the fact that Bagmin may not be retained. He actually proceeded to tease him by saying that, you see, with all the work you've done for them, Mr. Speaker, they want to sack you, etc., etc. Now, Fenyomakin also said on the floor of the House that if for whatever reason the NDC and his leadership don't want Bagmin in Parliament, they should tell them, the NDC and his leadership, they should tell them that they must have a speaker from within. Who was he talking about when he says from within? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I submit that Alexander Fenyomakin had only one person in mind. It was Idrisu Haruna. That's what is happening. So everyone is looking at this contest. Alban Bagwin, Valerie Sawyer, Idrisu Haruna, and the people are saying that, why are you fighting over speaker? President Mahama did 1 term. He's gone. He's coming to do a 2nd term. Okay. When he did his 1st term, his speaker was Do Ajao, who is a very experienced member of parliament. Do Ajao also was thought to be a successful speaker. Okay. So this is a simple calculation. President Mahama has returned to the presidency by a whooping, big, wide, huge, significant margin. The Honorable Do Ajao has been a bulwark support for the NDC, resolving most of the conflicts that have gotten the NDC's unity that propelled them to power. So you cannot discount Do Ajao's role as the behind-the-scenes elder person of the party in actually working on the Volta region conflicts, which have helped the NDC today. You cannot discount Do Ajao in that work. In the circumstances, President Mahama has returned. Do Ajao returns Speaker of the Parliament. Great argument. What's going to happen? Let's keep our eye on this space. Let's keep our eye on this space and see Valerie Sawyer. So as the quarrel was ongoing in the background between Valerie Sawyer supporters, Bagui supporters, and everybody trying to pound the president-elect, enter two other contestants. Okay. The people who support Valerie Sawyer, they also have at the back of their mind a first deputy speakership for Idrisu Haruna, the member of parliament for Tamale South, very distinguished member of parliament. And they're also the very distinguished minority leader, as he was known before. Now they are thinking that a ticket of Valerie Sawyer as the speaker, Idrisu Haruna as first deputy speaker, will be able to knock off the challenge from Speaker Bagui. Very interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. So whilst that was going on, supporters of Idrisu Haruna felt that, but why first deputy speaker? Why? I've been a member of parliament for 4 terms. I've been minister. Why should I be first deputy speaker? So enter Idrisu Haruna's interest in the position of the speakership. Now see this. This morning, yesterday, Alexander Fenyomakin, the minority leader, addressing the parliament in their makeshift place at the International Conference Center, said to the speaker, Alban Bagmin,